Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. If you are curious to know about what could be the best possible career field for you and the area of profession which is most suited according to your chart, then how you can find that simply through simple techniques that we are going to discuss today from your birth chart as well as the D10, which is the Dashamsha chart, particularly seen for the career part of any person. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in description. So we are going to talk about how to simply see the career and profession of a person from his horoscope, the birth chart and the D10 chart, which is mainly seen for career. We are going to take three examples today, three example charts from which we will apply the combinations and see that how those people had the career in those particular fields according to their chart, what they are representing. Then before moving on, I have already made detailed videos on D10 chart, the basic principles, how to see the D10, what are the basic parameters. If you have not watched those videos, I request you can watch. The link is shown in card section above. You can watch the 3-part video of the D10 specifically also. Then apart from that, I have also made various videos on different career combinations. Like for management, the combinations are different. For engineering and STEM fields, combinations are different. For medical field, commerce industry, creative and fine arts area, the combinations are different. I have made detailed videos specifying various detailed subcategories also. Like for example, if a person is a doctor, what kind of doctor he can be. If person is in management, whether he will be in finance, sales, marketing, what. So that area, that has also been covered. The video, the links of the playlist is shown above in the card section. You can watch those videos in detail in order to understand that what are the simple combinations for each and every career field. Now that we are going to apply today. Now there are only 2-3 simple parameters that you have to check in both the charts, the birth chart as well as the D10 chart. First is the 10th house and the 10th lord, and another is 11th house and 11th lord. 10th house and 10th lord are the major controller of career. 11th house and 11th lord, they govern your source of income, from what area you can earn money, that is 11th house. So these two houses and the lords, they play very vital role in deciding the career of the person. Same thing goes in D10. You have to see in D10, but one additional factor which you have to see in the Dashamsha is the Lagna, means the first house and the first lord also, that governs the career as well. So we will start here with the first case. You can see on your screen right now. This is my consultation case. Here, this is a chart of a person who has been a really high position officer, general manager in a government, Indian government bank. So in this case, he has yogas for serving in management, administration, senior leadership and authoritative roles, and he worked in government and he worked in banking financial industry. So we are going to look at the combinations one by one. First, we will talk about the combinations of management and administration. So the main planets for management and administration are Sun, Mars, Mercury and Jupiter. They are the controllers of all kind of leadership roles, authoritative capacities, management and administration in any field. So here we will see their influence first. So if you will see, we will see the 10th house and the 11th house. So 10th lord is moon, which is going in 11th house of Leo. 11th house in the sign of Leo, and moon is not in conjunction with anybody, and no planet is also is in association or looking at it. So the point here is that moon is in Leo, which is a sign of, first of all, sign of leadership, authority, governance and government itself. So he worked in government, that is fine. But if you see management, now see 11th lord. So dispositor of moon, because moon is sitting in the sign of sun, and sun is also the 11th lord of source of income, from where he will earn the money. So sun is in relation with Mars and Ketu and Mercury. So sun, Mars, Mercury, Ketu all are together, and they are sitting in the sign of Jupiter, Sagittarius, and Jupiter is looking at 10th house. 10th house is the house of career. So if you see Sun, Mars, Mercury and Jupiter, they have influence upon source of income. Okay, then if in this case, same thing happens in D10. Sun, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter. So Jupiter is 10th lord, Lagna lord, and looking at 10th house. Mars is looking at 10th house as well as the ascendant as well as the 10th lord Jupiter. Then Sun and Saturn are in conjunction looking at 10th house. Okay, and that too in Kendra house, they are sitting in Kendra. Then Mercury, Moon and Mars, because Moon is 10th lord in the birth chart, where it is going? In 7th house. 7th house is the house of public. 7th house is the house of business administration, and Moon is in Parivartan with Mercury, which is the controller of management as well as banking and commerce. So in Navamsha, in Dashamsha also, the yogas for management are present. Next, the yogas for government. The simple yogas for government are Sun, Moon, Saturn. Sun, Moon, Saturn are the main controllers of government, no matter what field. So the thing here is that Moon is 10th lord in Leo, 11th lord is Sun, which is controlling the source of income. Saturn is looking at 10th house. And one more thing, Saturn Venus conjunction is considered as a power giving combination. We will see one more chart where this conjunction will be repeated later. You will see that Saturn Venus is also considered a very good combination for being in senior positions. So Saturn Venus is helping there. Same thing here, Saturn Sun together in 4th looking at 10th house. Moon Mars together looking at 10th house. Jupiter being 10th lord. The yogas for government are present. Next will be financial industry. Who governs finance? 2nd house, 11th house. 2nd house is money, 11th house is gains. So 2nd house and 11th house controls financial industry of all kind. When I say finance, it means all kind of money related areas. Banks, financial services, audit, account, tax, investment, fintech, anything. So 2nd house and 11th house. For banking, we also see 3rd and 6th house. So 3rd house and 6th house are the main houses of banking, commerce, accounts, loans and debts. So if you see 10th lord going in 11th house, 11th lord, 2nd lord, Sun and Mars together in 3rd house along with Mercury, which is the controller of commerce and banking and numbers and accounts. Then 3rd lord and 6th lord Jupiter in the 6th house. So 6th house is the house of loans and debts, banking mainly. Jupiter looking at 10th house. Jupiter is money also. In general, it is the significator of money. Same thing in Dashamsha. 10th lord, Lagna lord going in 2nd house, Jupiter, aspected by 2nd lord. Mars is aspecting 10th house also. Then 10th lord Moon is going in conjunction with Mars, which is 2nd lord again in D10. In Parivartan with Mercury. Mercury is the controller, as I mentioned, of commerce, accounts, banking. Then in mutual aspect with Venus, which is 3rd lord. 3rd house is banking, accounts, and Venus is the natural controller of Lakshmi, wealth, money. Then 6th lord is Saturn, which is looking at 10th house. 6th lord, 11th lord. So 11th house is income. 6th house is loans and debts. So Sun, Saturn, that too in the sign of Mercury. Commerce, looking at 10th house. So they are making the combinations for management and administration in government, in banking industry, and yogas for reaching senior positions. He worked as a general manager in a government bank. So this is what we can see from both the charts simply. Now we take to the second example. Here, this is the chart, again a consultation case. Here if you will see, this person, he is having two kind of areas where he is working. One is he is in a IT industry, working as an engineer. He studied in IT, he studied in computer science, and then he went on to work in that industry. Another, he also at the same time contributes to the family business, handles that also, and family business is in the domain of sales, trade, exports of home decor products. So we are going to see combinations for both of them. So first we will talk about combinations for IT industry, education in that and career in that. So Mars, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Rahu are the controllers of IT, electronics, communication, networking and electrical industry. Mars and Saturn are general controllers of engineering. Venus, Mercury, Rahu specifically govern these domains: computer science, IT, electrical, electronics and communication. Houses are 3, 9 and 11. 3rd house, 9th house, 11th house. So if you will see, Mercury is 10th lord in conjunction with Rahu in mutual aspect with Saturn Ketu, where Saturn is also the 5th lord of education. Then 5th house is aspected by Rahu and Mars as well. So he had education in the field of engineering, computer science, and he studied in that and he went on to work in that. So the yogas for engineering are present and the yogas for working in engineering are also there. Then why IT? Mercury, Rahu, Venus and 3rd, 9th and 11th house govern that. So if you will see, Mercury is 10th lord exalted in own sign. Then Venus is in 11th house. 11th house is source of income. Mars is in 11th house and Venus and Mars both are 3rd lord and 9th lord. 3rd house, 9th house. So sitting in 11th house. In Parivartan, in exchange with 11th lord. So they are making the yogas for education and career in IT industry. In Dashamsha chart, again if you will see, Saturn is Lagna lord in the Lagna, aspecting the 10th house. So Saturn is controller of engineering, science and technology. That too in Aquarius, which is wide area networking communication. Then Mars is 10th lord sitting in again in Gemini, which is what? Communication, numbers, mathematics. And Mars is also the 3rd lord. So Saturn is there, Mars is there. Now if you will see Mercury being the 10th lord, where it is in D10, 4th house, and it is aspected by Rahu. It is in association with Sun. It is in association with Venus because Sun and Venus are exchanging the zodiac signs. So Mercury is looking at 10th house of career. Mercury is in relation with Venus and Rahu. And Mercury is retrograde, due to which it will give partial results from 5th house also. If you don't know this rule, I have made a video upon this, that retrograde planets give partial result from previous house also. So Mercury, the moment it will give partial result from 3rd house, it will partially associate with Mars by making a partial Parivartan yoga. So in this case, the yogas are present for IT industry again in D10. Okay. And debilitated moon once again is very favorable for any kind of job roles which are more associated with engineering, but you have to see the combinations for that we discussed beforehand. So the yogas for IT are clear. And one more thing, 10th lord going in 5th house. 5th house is education. What you studied, you will work in that. So that is favorable. Now parallelly, he also works in family business as well, which is of exports and sales and trade on a large scale of home decor items. So all home decor products which you can imagine, majorly made out of cloth, because Venus and Moon are cloth and fabric and textile. So curtains, bed sheets, pillow covers, rugs, carpets, all these things. So they are all distributed and supplied and exported, and it is the family run business in his case where he also contributes. Now why? Because now if you will see, 5th house is the 5th house, Venus and Moon are the main controllers of fashion, beauty, arts, cloth and any kind of industry related with I'll say decoration. Okay. So in this case, if you will see, Venus and Moon, because 11th house is source of income, Venus and Moon are in Parivartan yoga, exchanging the zodiac signs. They are sitting in conjunction with Mars. Now Mars and Saturn, Mars debilitated is very good for associating with home spaces, building spaces, land and properties, because Mars is land and properties, and Cancer is the natural zodiac sign for land and properties. So he is not selling cloths which are ready-made garments or fashion products which you can wear. Their family business is related to mainly the home decor items which are used in office spaces, building spaces, home spaces. So that is Mars and Venus in Cancer with Moon Parivartan. Then Mars, Saturn, 4th house and 8th house. Mars, Saturn, Venus, 4th house and 8th house are controllers of land and property. If you will see in Dashamsha, 10th lord of birth chart, Mercury is going in 4th house in the sign of Venus. 7th and 4th house, 7th house is business. Sun and Venus are in mutual Parivartan yoga. Saturn and Venus are in mutual aspect. Saturn is land and properties also. 4th house is home and building spaces. Moon is in 10th house and 10th lord going in 5th house. 5th house is not only education, 5th house is also the house of fashion products or clothes or textiles or fabrics. So in this case, the yogas are also favorable to help in family business, which is related to the supply and distribution of home decor products. So that we can see from both the charts. So two areas which we can easily see from both the birth and Dashamsha chart. Now the last case which we will talk about is a famous chart, Donald Trump, former US president. So in his case, we will see certain combinations because his chart means his life has been in various fields. So majorly he's a businessman. Apart from that, he is associated mainly in the real estate industry. Then he also worked closely in the field of entertainment, media and communication, hosting beauty pageants, owning the beauty pageants of Miss Universe, and associated with sports teams, and produced and created the reality TV shows, wrote books, and then he entered into politics. All these things, a wide diverse career can be seen. So that we will see in his case. So first we'll talk about the combinations for being a businessman. So first house, first, third, seventh and 10th house. Sorry, first, 7th, 10th and 11th. 5 houses. Saturn, Mercury, Rahu. They are the main controllers of business. So if you will see, Lagna is you yourself. So Lagna Lord is Sun along with exalted Rahu in 10th house. 10th Lord, 7th Lord, 3rd Lord, Venus and Saturn are together because 10th house is career. So Saturn is and Venus are in conjunction. So Saturn is there, Rahu is there, Lagna is, first house is there, 10th, 7th and 3rd Lords are together. Then Mercury is 11th Lord in 11th house in Rahu's nakshatra, very favorable for business activities. So in his case, the yogas for business are present. Same thing in Dashamsha, 1st Lord, 7th Lord, Mars and Venus are in mutual aspect. Then 10th Lord going in 7th house, Rahu in the ascendant, and Saturn, Venus are in conjunction. They are again making the yogas for business activities. Next thing, he majorly started his work in the field of real estate. So real estate is governed by, as I mentioned, 4th house, 8th house, and Venus, Saturn and Mars. So Mars, Saturn and Venus are the main controllers of land and properties. 4th house and 8th house are the main controllers of land, infrastructure, real estate and properties. So in his case, if you will see, Venus and Saturn are together, that too in the sign of Cancer. Cancer controls the natural 4th house, which is the house of land properties. So Venus and Saturn. Mars is 4th Lord looking at 4th house and 8th house. 8th Lord Jupiter looking at 10th house. So Mars is there, Venus, Saturn in Cancer, and 4th and 8th Lords are present. Same thing in D10. Lagna Lord, Venus, which is also the 10th Lord in birth chart, is in conjunction with Saturn in mutual aspect with Mars. So Mars, Saturn, Venus, 4th Lord Saturn, 8th Lord Venus. Same combination. Then 10th Lord going in the sign of Mars aspected by Mars, Moon. So this makes the yoga for real estate industry, first of all. And in real estate, he also not only made general residences, he made luxurious hotels, casinos, resorts, high-end luxury areas. So that is Venus and 12th house and 5th house, which are mainly built for luxuries and pleasures and leisure, and which only affluent and rich people can afford most of the time. So that is Venus and Rahu and 5th house and 12th house, because 12th house is luxuries. So Venus is 10th Lord, Rahu is in 10th house. Flamboyance, same thing. Venus is exalted here and Rahu is in the ascendant. That too with Sun, it is a combination for high-end luxuries and all those things. So the point here is that the kind of thing he built, the areas what he built, they also matter. And 5th house, if you'll see, 5th house is the house of entertainment and showbiz. And in this case, if we talk about, it also controls the hospitality, the hotels, resorts, gamblings and all those things. That is 5th house. So 5th Lord is means Saturn and Venus are in Punarvasu, ruled by Jupiter, which is 5th Lord. Here Jupiter is looking at 10th house. Here Venus, 5th Lord is Saturn in conjunction with Venus. So that kind of real estate what he worked in, that we can see. And another point, the area of showbiz, entertainment, media, beauty pageants, sports teams, associations, then producing of reality TV shows, writing those books and all those media gimmicks what he does. So all those things, that is Sun and Rahu. So one more thing if you see is combinations for creative fields, mainly the mass communication areas are controlled by Venus, Mercury, Rahu and Moon. Venus, Moon, Mercury, Rahu. Planets are 3, 5 and 7. So if you will see, 3rd Lord and 10th Lord, Venus is controlling the career. Mercury is in own sign in Gemini. Rahu is exalted in 10th house, that too with Sun, which is a very good combination for associating with media and entertainment industry. Moon is looking at 10th house. Jupiter being the 5th lord is associated. Here again, if you will see, Sun Rahu in the ascendant in Libra, showbiz, media, entertainment, beauty pageants, reality TV shows, all those things. And Saturn Venus together, where Saturn being the 5th lord of entertainment and media and everything. Then if you will see, Saturn is in Parivartan with Jupiter. The 3rd lord, 5th lord are in relation with exalted Venus. 10th lord going in 7th house of mass communication, reaching out the media and public. And Mars is looking at Venus also and 7th lord, 10th lord also. So the combinations for that also, the association with the entertainment industry has also is present. Next, we will talk about the political career. He started his presidential campaign since 2000 and he ultimately became US president. The politics is governed by Sun, Rahu, Moon and Saturn. Sun, Rahu, Moon and Saturn are the main controllers of government and politics. If you will see, Sun and Rahu and Moon are in mutual aspect in the 10th house in birth chart, as well as they are controlling the career in D10 and they are in mutual aspect. Saturn and Venus SI again, in the first case which I said, it is a power giving combination also. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, he also has this combination in 10th house, Saturn Venus in Leo. So Saturn Venus is also a power giving combination. In this case, it is happening in the sign of Moon, which is the controller of government. So in this case, the yogas are favorable for being in politics because Sun, Moon, Saturn, Cancer, Rahu are present. Same thing here. Sun, Moon, Rahu, Saturn, Venus and 6th house is excellent for politics. Very important actually. So we have seen in his case the combinations for various things. For business, being a businessman, being in real estate sector, being in entertainment industry and being in politics. So all things we have seen from the two charts itself. I hope that you have understood by now that how we can simply judge the planets and decide upon them that what could be the career field for the person. I have applied those principles here. I have already made various videos on the basics before. You can watch them, as I said to you in the card section, they are available. But from my end today, it was an effort in order to make you understand that it is easy to see from the chart also that how a person can end up doing certain particular things in their life, in particular profession from their chart. That is from my side today. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website, Facebook page, Instagram. Their links are given in description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.